There we go. Hello, Mata. Hello, Fada. Here I am at Camp Granada. Camp is very entertaining. And they say we'll have some fun if it stops raining. I went hiking with your Spivey. He developed poison ivy. You remember? He got told poison last night after dinner. All the counselors, the waiters, and the lake has alligators, and the head coach was more sissies. So he reads to us from something called Ulysses. Now I don't want this should scare ya, but my bunkmate has malaria. You remember Jeffrey Party? They're about to organize a certain party. Take me home, oh motherfucker, take me home. I hate Granada, don't leave me out in the forest where I might get eaten by a bear. Take me home, I promise I will not make noise. Oh, please don't make me stay. I've been here one whole day. Dear Spada, darling Spada, how's my precious little brother? Let me come home if you miss me. I would even let Aunt Bertha hug and kiss me. Wait a minute, it stopped hailing. Guys are swimming, guys are sailing, playing baseball. Me, that's better. Motherfucker, kindly disregard this letter.
I didn't know how long you wanted to go.
I don't know what just happened. Welcome to the Horror Rumble. I'm Jess.
I'm Kory.
And what are we doing tonight?
Talking chicks with dicks.
Wow. You went right for it, didn't you?
Well, might as well, right?
Yeah. It's the Sleepaway Camp franchise. And while it may be considered an unusual franchise in the horror genre, it's still pretty iconic, or definitely has a cult following, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but I think for one reason and one reason only.
Oh, I think there's a little more than what you're talking about that attracts or freaks people out about this movie, whatever way you want to look at it. But yeah, I'm sorry, I just read a comment. Anyway, let's see what's going on in our friends in the chat. I feel like I'm missing something here in the opening, but Steak Sauce dropped by and called us Pekkas.
Of course. Love you, steak.
And Orc followed suit. Wonder where that guy is. Zombie, how are you? He showed up early to the party.
Hey, Zombie, I couldn't charge anybody for that album, so we'll just give that one to you.
I think that's... Oh, Stephen LaPierre.
And what's he here for, Jess?
He's here for the chicks with dicks. Okay, I guess we've got our audience. I don't know, Zombie. I just don't know. Let's move on into bringing the entrants in, our fellow campers. Did I say the title of the franchise?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Kory, why don't you introduce these fabulous guests?
Well, our first one is all the way from Bombastic Reviews. It's Jonathan.
Just put that down real quick. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
I wonder if I can turn on my... No, I'm not going to turn on my mushroom. Can you see me okay?
Yeah, I think enough.
I wonder if I do this.
Ah, it's bright.
It's too much.
No, it depends
too
on how
much.
much you want seen. So
I like this. I like the mood lighting.
I think it works.
Fleas, ticks, mosquitoes. Really bother? That's what I think of when I hear that tune, by the way.
I totally messed it all up, but thanks
Hello,
for bearing with
mother.
me.
Hello, father. My dad used to sing that like all the time when I was a kid. Here I am at Camp Renata.
Hey, I should have had you do a duet with me.
I love it.
Zombie,
I love it.
thank you for your sympathy.
How you doing, Zombie?
Well, I think we got another
Can't smoke
another
that.
person in here to get us started with, and we'll see if anybody
Yes,
else
we
joins
do.
us.
It's swimming to us. It's Jaythestingray.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Jay the motherfucking Stingray with the blurry background, bitches.
Did he not decide on one?
I'm here for the chicks with dicks also.
Okay.
She only has a dick in the first one.
Huh.
It's taken care of by part 2.
That is true.
She gets some nice new tits in the 4th one.
4th or 5th? Oh, it's the 4th. The 4th. I think your
Tourism.
your Sleepaway Camp.
Hey, Sleepaway Camp may be my favorite franchise. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
It may be my favorite. It's what got me into slashers, but I'll
I definitely.
I'll save it. It's the first thing I ever reviewed on my channel, which you can't even find anymore. But it was Sleepaway Camp was the first review I ever did with a big fucking watermark because I didn't want to pay for the video editing software.
Oh, this is fantastic. I was not expecting this.
Oh, I love Sleepaway Camp, dude. Love it.
Well, let's dive right in.
And
we'll
I got to
start
work. I got to work with the lovely and talented Miss Felissa Rose just a couple months ago.
Oh, this is just great.
Mhm.
That's great stuff. Well, the original Sleepaway Camp, 1983.
Well, why don't we go ahead and start with Jonathan?
Yeah.
All right, so I want to know before we get started, the first movie. Spoilers, but if you haven't seen it, fuck off because
Yeah. What are you doing here?
I don't know.
Well, the
Did you
movie's
guys-
40 years old now.
Yeah, it's like 40. Yeah, but I mean, like, it
Well,
didn't
maybe
really
we'll
pick.
encourage some to go watch it.
Sleepaway
We will
Camp
give away stuff.
didn't pick up steam till like the early 2000s. It was really a dead fucking movie franchise. Like nobody fucking talked about it. Then SleepawayCampFilms.com comes around. But anyways, did you guys know the twist when you went in to see the movie the first time, or was it
No.
a complete surprise?
No. It was a
I-
surprise.
Did, but a large part of that was watching like specials or whatever that talked about like the greatest horror movies you've never heard of or
Yeah.
the best endings or whatever. So but I didn't understand the context of anything else about it. So
Well, it shocked the shit out of me because I caught like part 2, like as it had already started on Showtime, like really early into the 2000s, so like 2002, 2003. And I went to the local video store and they had a VHS of the first movie. So I went ahead and started that. First of all, didn't know why the Angela character was different. Like they only mentioned her being a boy at the beginning of the second movie, which I had missed. So I'm going through this entire movie for like 2 hours, not really loving it until that last fucking scene. I'm not gonna lie, it scared the shit out of me because it freeze frames and everything. They put like a green filter on it, and that's what stays on screen throughout the duration of the credits with some amazing fucking orchestral music playing. It's another thing about the first movie. Music is fucking crazy good. But in a nutshell,
Yeah.
I love the movie. It's my favorite slasher movie probably because it's what got me on this kick. Like once I saw the first one, I had to see the third one, and then around that time there was talk of a fourth movie in development, Return to Sleepaway Camp. So I was deep on the fucking sleepawaycampfilms.com's forums, like just looking for these. Like at that time, Return to Sleepaway Camp was a lost movie. I don't want to take up everybody's time, so
No, I love hearing the experience stories, honestly, more than getting into like, shits that everybody else has already looked up, the technical aspects, and I like to hear the more personal stories
oh
with
for
people
sure.
who
Yeah.
come in.
I owned that movie on VHS for a long time. That was the only way I had it.
Well, it's good that it was still quite a shocker to you.
Oh yeah, because like I said, if you missed the first part of Sleepaway Camp 2, you'd never fucking know
Mhm.
like that she was a dude or whatever, which is odd because it's basically the entirety of the setup for the first movie. And then it's such an afterthought in the sequels, which sequels are fucking bonkers, but
Well, we'll get to that. So obviously you rank not the first film very high
in
within
the so
in
like
the
the
frame.
Camp franchise to me is like I don't really like to break them up because the second movies, like the second set of movies 2 and 3, could really play like one movie shot back to
Yeah.
back. Like the tone is only the same in those 2 movies. So I don't know, man. I can't even really rank them. Like they're different experiences throughout. Like anything that Robert Hiltzig does with the franchise, with the exception of that first movie, is god awful. Like you've seen Return to Sleepaway Camp, so you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like it's the man. I think he inherited a bunch of money when his mom died, and that's how he made Sleepaway Camp. And he never made anything again until he made Return to Sleepaway Camp. There's a fucking reason for that.
But he struck
What?
a little bit of gold with the
Gold
first
with what?
film. The first
Oh
film.
yeah, yeah. But if you take that first film and you pull the last 3 minutes of the movie, you just cut it. Nobody remembers it.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything. I mean, that's what everybody remembers about it, right?
Yeah. Really long softball game scene in the middle of it that furthers the story zero. But like it just shows like he did not know how to write a script. He didn't know how to shoot a movie. Like I want to say it's like 5 minutes solid of just them playing softball that does nothing for the story. So I can't say that the first one's the best, right? Because it's probably the most boring.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine movie. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a badly made movie or anything. It's just kind of once you know the twist.
Eat shit and live, Bill. Best line in the movie. Eat shit and die, Ricky. Eat shit and
We
live, Bill.
Yeah.
we did a commentary with Jonathan Tierson back on the Sausage Factory. It was the first and possibly the only time we ever did a commentary where the guest wasn't actually watching the movie. He just refused to put it on. So we basically start the movie and Just ask him questions the whole time.
I could see that. He wanted to have like a music career, and it's just not in the cards.
He was a nice guy, though. I mean, from
Yeah, he seems fine.
what I gathered.
Little dude. Have you ever met him?
Nah, he looks small.
Little dude. He was of age when he was playing Ricky, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, because Ricky,
Wow.
he did all of the kill scenes for Felicity. Felicity's only 13 in the first movie. Like, for real. And he was of age, I'm pretty sure, because they didn't need his parents to sign off for him to do the kill scenes. But if you look at the Blu-ray, in the Judy kill scene where, like, we're supposed to see a silhouette in, like, the doorway, you just see Ricky. Like, it's very clearly Ricky standing there. So if you watch the Blu-ray with no context and not know you're not supposed to see that, you'd be very confused as to why Ricky kills Judy and nothing's ever said about it.
Yeah, I believe they just wanted you to also think that it was going to be Ricky.
Yeah, but if you just have Ricky standing there, that's pretty. You know what I mean? Like, it is clearly.
Oh, I get the shadow. I know what you're talking about, but that's.
Have you seen it on the Blu-ray though? There's no shadow.
No.
It's just Ricky standing there.
I haven't seen that.
I'll probably bring it up because I
think I've heard about it though. Yeah.
It kind of ruins the movie for a first-time watcher.
A lot of the lower budget slashers, I've noticed that the more upgraded they get, the kind of less magic they have, just because you can see the seams and the wires and stuff even better, you know.
Yeah, here it is. Pull it up here.
Yeah, I've been saying that, there's some movies that don't need that upgrade, leave the darkness and the grain and the filter look.
So there you go.
Takes away some of the magic when you.
That's what you see on the Blu-ray cut.
Wow.
He's wearing some kind of wig, though, right?
Yeah, so he's wearing a wig because it's supposed to look like Angela standing there. You're not supposed to see his face at all. And on the VHS and on the DVD, it's grainy and dark enough that you don't see him. But when they remastered it for Blu-ray, it brought him out 100%. Anyways.
So is anybody going to mention how pervy all the adults are in this movie?
Very. We
And
call
like,
them baldies.
It's almost like you feel dirty watching it because they're so damn pervy.
That's what the 80s were like, though, dude. People were running around fucking with kids unchecked.
Her dad was having sex with another man, right? And that's when they ran the person over in the boat in the beginning.
No, it had nothing to do with that. It's like some weird, like the dad's gay lover is not there when he dies. It's just a flashback that's like melded in with a time that she walked in on him, or he walked in on his dad and his partner. Super unclear, but no, the partner's not there when the dad and the kid die.
Huh.
Oh, I thought that was his.
Yeah, I thought he was there.
Yeah, the partners, because he like screams his name or something, doesn't he?
Go back and look at that, because I'm pretty sure the only time we see the partner is when they're in the bed.
I thought he was like on the dock or the shore and watched it happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pull it up. Yeah, because I need to know.
I think that's right. Yeah, he was on the dock
Let's see here.
of the bay.
Because he was like, God, no, Jim, or whatever the guy's name was.
Keep it going, and I'll find out.
I mean, I'm sure like everybody else who just, if you saw it young, I saw it pretty young. I'm sure my first watch was as a kid on VHS, possibly even in the 80s still, and was probably very confused about the movie. And a lot of didn't get stuff, or it went over my head and was like, this isn't, the greatest slasher film I've ever seen. And then the ending was a total mind blower.
Nope.
But then watched it a little bit down the road. My most memorable moment was with my cousin Mace. What was that, Jay?
I didn't say anything.
Oh,
I think that was Jonathan.
It may have been me. Yeah, he's not there. It's the kids and the dad on a sailboat, and that's it. They're nowhere near the dock either.
Hmm.
You
I
get
could have swore he was there.
you get a cutaway to the other boat. But as far as who's on, like who is there, it's just the dad and the kids, because that's the very beginning of the movie, and you don't find out the dad is even gay until the flashbacks.
Yeah, but that was on the boat. But then I swore there was a cutaway to the
I got it up.
partner going, Steve, Jim, Dave, whatever his name was.
I blame the Mandela effect.
No,
Now,
you're
for
right,
real.
Jess. You're right, Jess. It pops up at the end there. Yeah, I don't know. They're really close to the fucking shore at that point too.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
out in
know.
the middle. That's probably the more continuity thing. It happens real quick. It's like one shot of the
I didn't
guy.
even remember that.
Well, because I don't think they want to dwell on it too much because they did want to surprise you. There's
Yeah.
with the twist of it actually being lovers later in the movie. But even that kind of confused me with the kids and the bandage and the transition and who was supposed to be who as a little kid. It didn't as I got older, but the way it was kind of shot, I was like trying to figure out, wait, what, who?
So
Also
what did
can't
you
really-
think about her little ding-a-lang there when you were younger?
It weirded me. I didn't understand it. I don't think the first time I watched it. Like I said, the probably more memorable was later with my cousin, and then I did get most of it, and it was still just a whacked out movie, but you kind of had to watch it. And then the sequels were out probably by that time too,
Yeah.
or at least 2 and 3 at the video stores, and we'll get to those in a bit. But you said you got to work with Felissa. We saw her at Scarefest in passing, and I got it on camera on the Scarefest video on this channel. And it's actually Chris from Slasher Home Video who got her to look our way. He's like, "Oh, hey, Felissa."
That sounds like
Hi,
Chris.
guy.
Hi, guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looked right at us in the camera.
She's really nice. I mean, I don't really have a whole. I didn't get to talk to her much, but we did kill her, and it's going to be cool. We'll be able to see that later this year.
Cool.
I've heard nothing but nice things about her. I had a friend who was
She's
pretty good friends with her husband, Darren.
yeah. She
But I
took
never got to meet him.
she took pictures with everybody, and she was really cool. So nothing bad to say about Felissa.
Very cool. And she
could
did
talk.
she did a great job in this film.
Yeah, she doesn't really talk or anything. And there's something weird. Like she does this movie and disappears forever until SleepawayCampFilms.com pops up. They get the return going, and then she comes out of nowhere. And now she's a scream queen. Like she does this when she's 13 and doesn't do anything else till she's in her 30s.
But that's what, says right there why this movie is so iconic, that it has the power to sort of do that with its actor who decided to go do something else in school and came back as an adult and gets that honor.
And can't act really. So
I think the roles she fits. I mean, this is the genre for that. Sometimes
a lot of overacting, but it's
Yes.
like it's made that way.
So I'm actually curious, who's the creepiest character in this movie? In your guys' opinion.
The cook.
The cook or the
Yeah.
old dude that owns Mel, is that his name? Mel, the old guy that's banging one of the counselors. It's like
Lots of pervy old dudes in this movie, huh?
And it seems like kids of the same age are counselors and campers. And I can't figure it out. Like, how old is Judy?
Steven agrees it's the cook.
40.
She's supposed to be Angela's age, but like, I don't know. We called them baldies. That's the most.
Did they just think
disgusting
we
shit.
wouldn't notice? Like,
It is.
why is that such a trope? Like using such old actors to play like high school kids.
For like, if you did like a legit production, kids can barely be fucking worked, and there's all kinds of like.
I would just use
Walls and
someone that's
shit.
18, not 35.
Well, yeah.
People maybe looked a little older back then. whether it was the hairstyles or what.
They 100% looked older.
But they were, you're
No, it
right,
was, though.
sometimes 25, even 30
Oh,
years
a
old.
lot of times, yeah, in these low budget horror movies, yeah.
Who knows? Possibly more comfortable showing their body, being in something so extreme. Maybe we got to remember these movies were hit hard by censors early on, and focus groups, and trying to say these were such horrible pictures and not what they were, which was just a lot of fun and gags and boobs and penis.
Penai.
Penai,
Yeah,
if you will.
There's only one.
But see, you can't make a so bad it's good movie if you're trying to make a so bad it's good movie. You have to be legitimately trying to make a good movie.
Right.
Yeah.
And it be terrible. Like, that's the only way it works.
Yeah.
And I'll look at Trauma for that because I don't like Trauma. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. That shit is not appealing to me, and it's always just, oh, we're trying. Oh, look how fucking wacky we are. Lloyd Kaufman can suck my dick.
He seems like a nice guy, though.
100% agree.
Hey, out of all the people at Scarefest and the ridiculous amounts they were charging to fucking take a picture with him, Kaufman was seeing people for free.
He better.
If I remember right.
He fucking better.
And
making movies. That's what I don't want him doing.
I'm saying. You gotta give a guy credit.
Tell me Poultrygeist is like watchable.
Oh, most of the Trauma movies aren't watchable. I'm glad they found their, little cult following.
Their best movies are the ones that they didn't make. They
didn't make, like the children, the children, right? Like that's just one that they fucking put out.
Combat Shock.
Yep. Toxic Avenger is okay. It's not.
I was gonna say that's got some nostalgia.
It's okay. There's not fucking like 4 or 5 movies there that like what you have now. Like that's definitely not a fucking thing.
You don't.
Well, there are
don't like
Toxic
Return to
Avenger.
Nukem High or Class of Nukem High.
No, fuck them, dude. They're all terrible fucking movies that are all like, whoa, aren't we funny? Butthole.
Trauma Wars.
Romeo and Juliet.
Real Time Siege at Lucas. Well, that wasn't actually Siege at Lucas Street Market. Wasn't made by Trauma, but they released it.
Terror Firmer.
Wait, say that again, Jess.
Real Time Siege at Lucas Street Market.
Oh, that was.
Was Sergeant Kabuki Man theirs?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think they made that one either, though.
I don't think they did.
Max Collins.
Mother's Day was that?
They didn't
Mother's
make
Day
it.
is a good one. That's
They
a good
put
one.
it. They put it out, but they didn't make it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
You left me
wacky.
hanging there, Jess.
Look, are we fucking crazy?
Wait.
Butthole.
And it's
Buttholes.
You mentioned Siege at Lucas Street Market, and I was trying to think of who did that. And
Oh, I didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah, you caught it though. You got it.
yeah, I got it.
It's crazy.
Oh my
They're
goddamn
naming,
Looney
Zombies naming
Tunes!
a bunch off.
Again, Zombie didn't make it.
And none of these are something you're going to watch a whole bunch of times. You're not going to keep going back to them.
People do. Rabid Grannies is good.
People do.
That Rabid Grannies
Pop-Pop?
was, somebody else made it, right? That
Did they
wasn't
make
horrible.
Graduation Day?
I don't even think they put Graduation Day out, did they?
Did they not?
But I did like Rabid Grannies as a kid. It wasn't what I expected, but I still watched it.
As a kid, exactly. A lot of that shit feels childish. I mean, it's so stupid, you know?
Yeah.
And I like stupid shit, just not that.
Well, if you like
Don't
stupid
worry.
shit.
Dinklage will save it.
Hey,
There it is. Corey's got his little Dan hanging out.
You motherfucker.
It had to be somebody.
You sloppy bitch.
I sang horribly at the beginning of the show, so I had to do something to you.
That's what you fucking get for talking up Winger.
I didn't talk up Winger. However, I am wearing a shirt of your favorite band.
Fuck him.
I think
14,
we lost a
bro, I
viewer
love
or
it.
two after that picture.
Yeah. She's only 17.
Really?
Nobody was saying anything. What am I supposed to do?
Talk.
I remember thinking when I was little that was a small penis. Like, what is
Yeah.
that his wiener? Is that his wiener?
I didn't know what to think. The whole thing was kind of odd to me.
Was that a whole mess of spiders on his crotch? What's going on?
It got a nest of spiders on his.
You got a whole nest of
Pubis.
spiders on your wang there, buddy.
So what was the story behind that? They had to get the kid drunk.
And
To get him
nobody
to do
knows
that?
who he is to this day.
It was just some Mexican kid, right? They got.
They got him. He worked at like one of the restaurants there locally, and they paid him like $100 and got him super drunk. And he
Oh, I thought it
cried.
was some like young college kid.
He cried. I didn't know if it was a man. I just knew it was like somebody they'd met.
He cried.
He cried. Yeah, they said he was drunk and bawling. And he's wearing like this fucking dental acrylic mask of a little girl. It was very strange.
All right. I guess that just kind of fits in with the theme of this movie. All the creepy old people.
He's a creep.
Well, I guess any last thoughts on the original film?
It's enjoyable. I mean,
It's classic. You know.
Yeah, I think the pace is enough. I know there's a few scenes that kind of just stretch out and that, like Jonathan said, don't really move the plot along, but it's still got some cool scare death scenes.
Mhm.
That iron, the curling iron,
I was actually just thinking about that.
that's probably one of the memorable. And like the guys in the chat saying earlier, the cook was the worst person, and he got it pretty good in his scene. And that was pretty cool, that death scene.
As we were supposed to assume that he was a pedophile rapist of some sort.
Well,
Yeah.
he was undoing his
Not even
pants
just
right in front of
assume,
her.
but yeah, totally, just straight up.
Accusations, Corey. Come on.
Accusation. Oh. All right. If somebody else pops in, they can probably dip back to that. Is Jonathan with us, or is he checking his taters? It's not
I don't want to
Philip.
know what that means.
Yeah,
Jess.
what is that?
Oh, he was. It's a southern thing. He was cooking potatoes.
Oh, potatoes. He said.
Yes, potatoes. Slice them, cook them, boil them in a stew. I don't know what you do.
I prefer to have mine mashed or fried.
I like baked potatoes with sour cream, butter, cheese.
I enjoy twice baked potatoes, but
Those are good too.
I'm good with everything you guys have said so far.
Basically, all forms of potatoes.
A potato soup
I'm
for
not
dinner.
I'm not a big fan of rotten potatoes, but
That's probably my least favorite as well, Corey. Unless
you
if
don't
they're
like
cooked
rotten.
if they're made right, but they're tough. I've eaten a lot of bad batches of them.
Jay, are you catching that?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I got you. Au Sometimes it's best just to move on.
I love how you kill my jokes, Jess.
What am I supposed to do? Huh?
Laugh, fucker, laugh.
I'll be nice.
You fired me 6 times the last show, so
I can't fire you anymore. You own half the channel. It's public. There it is.
there it is. All right. So there is one other thing, and that is that just the mere thought of that curling iron. Have any of you guys touched a hot curling iron when you were a kid? I mean, just
Thankfully, not too bad, but yes, I know how hot they are.
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, imagine that in that area of a female.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awful.
Talk about fire crotch.
Hey, Billy Bean.
So Billy,
May shed taters to go with his homemade Salisbury steaks tonight. Oh,
Sounds good.
does May shed taters? I'm not so sure if I know what those are. Oh, mashed potato. Hot. Billy. I'm a little bit slow.
oh wow. You know that's going to become a thing now.
It better not.
Oh, it is.
For those of you who have just joined us tonight,
Fuck you.
are we still
That's your little thing out, your little birds out over there.
mashed potato? Yes, I get it. Hell yeah, Billy. Hell yeah.
Nope, they're now May shed potatoes.
May shed potato. What are the May shed?
Sounds like something, right? Sounds like
I thought,
when you
yeah,
fucking
it was some sort
put a
of
bunch of
fancy
ketchup
dish,
on
like
them
you
and-
added mayonnaise into your potatoes. I don't know,
Yeah.
ketchup.
That's what they served on the Mayflower.
May shed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Used to get the hot sex sandwich at Burger King. It's a Whopper with cheese, ketchup, bacon, and mayonnaise, and it kind of mix together and make this pink with white and red in it sometimes, and it drip out. And my cousin was, oh, that's a hot sex sandwich.
No, let's not, Kory. Fuck you, Jess.
I'll mail it to you, Kory.
Ooh.
I'm sure it'll be shown again throughout the show. Oh, we get it.
Cheese fries with bacon. Oh my god. So good.
My God, now I'm
No,
hungry. Is
no
this
May
show
shed
over?
potatoes.
May shed.
What the fuck is a Mayshed?
So that's when you put a bunch of mayonnaise in them and throw them on the floor.
Oh no, I haven't. I have not seen Possum Walk. Or are you asking me if I've watched an opossum walk?
Did you just call that motherfucker an opossum?
I think so.
I did.
It was O silent.
You're right.
I've never met an opossum. I've been like, oh, possum, but no.
That's
like,
opossum. First girl's death. Okay, in that film. I have not. Any of you guys?
hang on, I gotta go back to Billy Bean with the Salisbury steaks and fucking mashed taters.
That says May shed.
Mayshed. Hey, but hey, tell me that those fucking Salisbury steaks, the cheap ass ones with fucking mashed potatoes, aren't a fucking delicacy though.
Oh, like the banquet
Yes.
Salisbury steaks.
You get
Oh
the
yeah.
fucking tray of them, dude.
Yep.
Make that and some mashed. That's fucking eating good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we do homemade here.
That's even better.
Shit, we even do the
Love a
banquet
good
ribs.
Salisbury steak.
I can't do that.
Can't do the ribs.
No, just the Salisbury steak is the only thing like that I'll eat.
And see, I like the rib better than the Salisbury steak. My
Ugh.
dad likes the Salisbury
With them
steak.
fake ass bones.
Is it a real rib?
No, it's
No,
like
it's
a
like
rib.
it's like the McRib.
Don't besmirch the McRib like that.
It just doesn't have the right barbecue.
It's
sauce.
fucking cat thighs or whatever the fuck it is.
I'm out.
The cheap ones, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Either it's like,
Yeah, but Billy made homemade.
oh, homemade's even better. But like I'm saying, you can just, I'll eat any brand of those fucking trays of Salisbury steak.
And chicken pat pie.
I like chicken
Hold on a
pot pie
second.
too.
I got to message my wife that make sure that She keeps that in mind to make May shed potatoes.
you gonna wake her up?
She's still awake.
I get real lazy sometimes, and I don't even make the mashed potatoes. So it's about the Bob Evans ones.
This
Fucking
motherfucker just
autocorrect.
eats potatoes.
I typed in May shed and it fucking corrected it to mashed. Motherfucker.
Me
Well,
shit.
see, the AI knew better than I did. If you're just joining us, this is the potato stream.
So, yeah, my mom makes them, dude, like from scratch, and I really like them.
Zombie's trying to get us back on track, I think, talking horror.
Ouch.
Well, should we get back to it? We ready for move on?
You getting ready for Christmas there, Jess?
That's what I was wondering.
I knew that was gonna happen. It's forests, camping. Do you get it?
Oh,
All right.
so you're in a forest with one tree.
You're a motherfucker.
I can't help it.
You should take
You're a
Dan
lady
off
with a
there
Dan
now.
penis.
Just let it have the whole penis out there.
No.
There's no way it'll get flagged. There's not enough there for it to be a whole dick.
It's
That's a starter kit for one at least.
Sleepaway Camp 2. Now, this looks like slightly strange to me because I think we're all familiar with the VHS cover, the DVD cover.
Poster, or
Yeah.
VHS cover art, yeah.
But it's
You're just like, what's this movie about? We got it all in there.
well, that was attractive too as a kid. You know, seeing the Freddy Claw and the Jason.
And that bitch ain't even in the movie.
No.
Unfortunately.
That was the cover for the fucking bootleg DVDs that were in Walmart of those movies. There's Canadian bootlegs that were being sold at Walmart. It was the weirdest shit ever.
Sure, they just weren't the Canadian versions. Miss shit.
100% they were bootlegs. It was like a big scandal.
Well, Sleepaway Camp 2. Was this? Anybody else want to take this?
Craziest sex scene I've ever seen in a horror movie.
This was my favorite for the longest time. Probably still is when it comes down to it. Like you just said, that crazy sex scenes. That's a Happy Camper song.
I love the summer sun.
It's more a straight 80s slasher flick. It's got some great kills.
Has Bruce Springsteen's sister in it?
Bruce Springsteen's sister, Pamela Springsteen. The outhouse kill.
Yep.
It's one of the most memorable. Yeah. I mean, this is a good movie. It's a solid 80s horror movie.
It's probably my favorite of the bunch.
You too,
I
Jay?
can see it. I could see it.
Too.
I think we were talking a little bit about that earlier today. That we shared the same favorite. Jay and I.
This one's got more nudity in it than the first one does, doesn't it?
Oh, a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's any female nudity in the first one. Is there?
I thought there was some brief nudity, but
Maybe
There's a
by
pecker.
going swimming, but yeah, it was mostly male. Because I even in my notes, it's in the second one, I have the notes of boobs.
Boobs.
And I don't in the first one.
The twins,
The twins.
they're all named after Rat Pack people too. And you have and then Renee Estevez is in the movie too.
That's right.
They're all like Charlie and
Yep.
there's an Emilio.
Charlie and Emilio were the two little pervert boys.
But Charlie
Yeah.
wasn't actually in the Rat Pack.
No, just Emilio was.
The Brat Pack. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Rat
but
Pack
no,
was
it
the
was It's more than that. Like it's everybody you can think of that was
He's
a
right.
young star in the 80s was, and it's the most notable because Renee Estevez is in the movie. So
Who is Renee Estevez?
She's
Charlie
the
Sheen
good
and
girl in the movie. She's
Their
Charlene.
sister?
their
Yeah,
sister.
their
Yeah.
sister, Emilio Estevez.
She's the main good girl, right?
Yeah. Mighty Duckman.
Quack.
Billy still he talks about how he takes his turkey slices and gravy and makes some more Mayshed taters and does an open face sandwiches.
Shit on a shingle.
That's
It's
it.
all sounding good to me.
I'm hungry.
And too, those fries weren't very good. They looked really good, but they were not very good.
Did you not eat them?
I ate a few of them, and I'm like, this is not doing it.
Add some more salt.
Nah, I don't know what's going on. I haven't been able to eat much lately.
Yeah, zombie. That's what. Hell yeah, that cover. You're walking in the video store and you're thinking. I even thought to the extent like they were most of the kills were gonna be. She was gonna be imitating. Freddy
I mean, the
and
movie you made in your brain by looking at that cover was like the coolest thing ever, right?
Yeah.
So,
And nowhere near the movie you got.
yeah,
exactly. But it's
It's
still
still a
amazing.
pretty. It's still a pretty fun movie. Dope
Was
ass
most
music.
often the case.
Will times get still for me? Desperate to survive. That song's a fucking banger, dude. I'm alone. Sorry.
Oh, go for it. Rock out.
So is this anybody else's favorite aside from Jay and I?
I could see why it'd be somebody's favorite for sure.
Okay.
Because 3 is a significant drop off from 2.
I was going to say 3 must be your favorite then.
I don't really have a favorite. Like it's just,
Oh,
He just thinks it all kinds of.
it all just melts together.
I think I prefer part 1. As-
2's way more fun and it's really tongue in cheek. Like the Michael Simpson shit, which he's tried to make another movie too, and it just won't work out.
very different change tonally, I'd say.
I don't
Right.
even really know why they wanted the name.
Yeah.
Because they seem to try to like get away from that first movie immediately. Like she had a sex change. Moving on.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why they purchased the rights to the fucking name.
To ride on it. But I get you. But I don't know how much weirder they could have gone with twists. How would you twist that up other than just?
I wouldn't even. I don't know, man. I just
Let's
make
go
that
straight
movie.
forward. And
I wouldn't make it a Sleepaway Camp movie. I would have just made it I'd call it Summer Camp Slasher or Summer Camp Nightmare or something like that.
would we have been talking about it today though?
Probably, yeah.
If it was just a
Yeah.
slasher film in the woods.
Pamela Springsteen in a wacky, fucking super tongue-in-cheek, campy slasher. Absolutely.
Yeah, but we wouldn't
but-
even give a shit about it that it's Bruce Springsteen's sister if it wasn't the fact that she's in a Sleepaway Camp movie.
See, I don't think because those movies aren't tied. Like, they don't even give off the same vibe as that first one. So
They
I don't
don't.
even, I don't even think
But
you
they
can
are
say
tied to it, in my opinion. You know,
barely.
it's Angela.
Barely. You could have called that shit anything. And yes, in the 80s, if Bruce Springsteen's sister was in a fucking movie, you would know about it.
Can I have a I don't know thought here? Bruce Springsteen sucks. Anybody else agree with me?
I don't have an
I
opinion
do.
like either way.
I've liked some of his songs, but as far as being like a fan of
They act like that motherfucker walks on water, man.
No.
I don't get that. I don't get that.
I mean, he just is drunk as hell driving around that little shithole town he lives in, just performing all the time, and the cops just let him go.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's just John Cougar, but in New Jersey.
Did you guys see him fall recently?
No.
He fell down at a performance.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he like steps right off the fucking stage.
Yeah, he was fine, I think.
He looks like a testicle now.
What do you mean now?
It's just like it's not even singing; it's just talking to music.
Small town.
Not that I'm a big fan of this guy either, but didn't Bob Dylan make a pretty good career out of doing that?
Bob Dylan made a
Yeah,
career
I mean-
out of singing when he couldn't sing. It's fucking amazing.
I think Bob Dylan sucks even more than
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Look at our fucking jobs.
Went to the store, got me some new shoes. They didn't fit, so now I'm playing the blues.
So anyway, didn't she like distance herself from these movies anyways? So like
She
if this
distanced herself
wasn't-
from movies, like period. Like it didn't matter. She just didn't do anything else.
So if this wasn't a Sleepaway Camp movie, then I really don't see where we would even be talking about it if it wasn't.
Again, she didn't like the movies came out and she didn't talk about them. Like many years after her acting career failed, she didn't want to talk about it. She would have promoted the movie just like she did. Don't say a bad word about Mellencamp. I like Mellencamp. That's what I'm saying.
Kory.
I think
Smores
I don't see why they think that Bruce Springsteen's any better than Mellencamp.
You
There's
mean
both.
you mean Johnny Cougar?
John Cougar.
Got the better version of Wild Nights.
Those guys ain't no Roy Orbison. That's what Cliff's saying.
Yeah, I enjoy Roy Orbison. I also enjoy Elvis Presley and Richie Valens and the Everly Brothers.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Striper and
course.
Poison and all the other shitty music.
Fuck right, I do. I'm just assuming you don't like to have fun.
No, I just like I prefer
And you don't
listening-
like girls apparently
I
because
prefer listening to good music. It's this whole thing I've got where it's like if I want to listen to it, like it has to be worth my time.
Oh, there are some great Poison songs.
No, there's not. Don't say
Oh, there
that.
is.
Don't fucking get that rumor started.
It died.
Next I guarantee this. I can think of a shit 80s band. I bet Kory loves them. Watch. Jackal.
she loves my cock. Great song.
Jackal is one of the, like Jesse James Dupree is one of the dumbest people I've ever met in my entire life. And yes, I have met Jesse James Dupree on more than one occasion. And
It doesn't mean that he
and
can't
his
write a
band
good
suck.
song.
Oh, I got a chainsaw. That's the fucking. That's his. He has a whole career because he put a chainsaw near a microphone. He
I'm a
sucks at it.
lumberjack is not a great song.
No, but that's the whole reason the man has a career. That and that retarded fucking reality show that he was on in the mid 2000s.
He did songs like "Down on Me," "When Will It Rain,"
Okay, now
"I
tell
Stand
me.
Alone."
Now tell me why.
Long before that shit band Godsmack.
I'll take Godsmack over that cocksucker any day. Stand alone. But no. Now defend Warren. Now defend Warren.
Far away when I feel the snake
We can go to this all day. We can go to like objectively
I
terrible
wanna-
music.
Hell yeah.
I actually
That's
like
all
that
right.
song.
You
I
don't
was
have
there.
to like. You don't have to like
In the
fun
front.
music.
Godsmack.
It's bad music. It's not even fun music. But you like disco too, don't you?
No, I don't. I can't stand disco.
That
Dude,
shit
I
would
can
be
find
right up
some
your alley.
tunes that I can enjoy from damn near every genre of music. I really can. I'm one of those dudes.
Hair metal's the one
I
that I
mean it.
can't. It's the one that I
I
can't.
can find something.
Why?
Hair metal, it was just so fucking bad. It was boy bands in the 80s, and it was that formulaic. And if you don't believe me, I bet you'll tell me Nelson's good too.
No, I won't.
Nelson wasn't that good. No. Ricky Nelson.
Ricky Nelson, yes.
Oh, you mean their dad?
Yeah, no, not the twins.
No.
I'm talking Nelson.
Yeah,
Hello, Mary Lou. Yeah, you like that music. Corey.
Nelson is the twins.
The Nelson
Yes.
is the twins, yes. I said I like Ricky Nelson. I don't like.
Yeah, I
the
said their
twins.
dad.
Nelson.
Ricky.
Yes,
Ricky Nelson is the twins.
The band is Nelson. The band is
The
fucking
band
Nelson.
is-
Let's
is
just
the-
clear that up.
The two twins are Nelson.
They are Nelson.
You all three are
Yes.
just saying Nelson over and over
A
again.
lot.
What's happening?
We needed a rumble on here. We were agreeing with these movies
Yeah.
too much. It was kind of just yeah. I like that.
Playing chops play along.
I don't know. I think Jonathan's problem is that he took one look at Poisons, look what the cat dragged in. He got aroused, and then when he found out they were guys, he had to
No.
distance himself.
I heard Poison and I went, ew. And then I kept going.
Hey, you know what?
It's what
Steak
everyone
Sauce
should
doesn't
do.
like Poison either, and went and seen him in concert and said they were the best of the four bands that were playing.
Oh,
And they put
okay.
on a hell.
Okay.
They put on
I
a
can
hell
only
of a show.
imagine the fucking supporting acts for Poison. I can only fucking imagine.
It was Joan Jett, Poison, Def Leppard, and Motley Crue.
Yep, I get that. How Poison would be the best, except for Joan Jett. That's surprising. But Motley Crue, we've established only
Motley
Mick,
Crue.
only Mick Mars can play an instrument in that band.
I will
No.
Found that
openly
out.
say,
No.
Motley Crue.
Only Mick Mars can
come
play an
on.
instrument, and Mick Mars is a fucking dope ass guitar player. He has one of the best fucking like guitar tones of the '80s. It's just the band around him sucked dick.
Well, Tommy Lee could suck his own, but
That Tommy Lee had a huge penis. You can't take that away from him. It doesn't change the fact that like none of them played their own instruments on like albums, as we so recently found out.
so you're gonna knock Def Leppard too?
Yeah, and the Beach Boys.
Jess, I'll let you take that one.
I like
I
the
love-
Beach Boys.
I like the Beach Boys, but everything they ever recorded is only Brian Johnson and studio musicians.
Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson, yeah, sorry.
Brian Johnson was the lead
Was
singer
that
of
his
AC/DC.
Oh,
assistant?
AC/DC.
Because Brian's a fucking nut job.
He's he didn't think that anybody else in the band was like they could perform well enough for a record. Like they were
That's
fine
like
enough
a
for live.
Billy
but-
Corgan type situation.
yeah.
Like, I'll just do it myself because you guys can't do it good
Well,
enough.
he did write like everything though. So, I mean,
Yeah,
you
he
guys-
is a
and-
goddamn Looney Tune, man. That
He
dude is on
is.
some prescription medication.
and then you got like two different Beach Boys, like in the '80s and '90s, like they split.
Yeah.
And John Stamos was drumming for one of them.
The cousin, Mike
the
Love.
shitty one, right? He was drumming for the shitty one.
That was like the more mainstream because that's the one that did Kokomo, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So that was
Yeah.
the one that was like actually in the public eye.
he got the rights to the Beach Boys name.
Who did?
Mike Love, the
Mike Love, that's right.
Yeah.
So what's the other one called? They both just have their names and it's Beach
I think
Boys
it's-
with.
I think
Brian
they
Wilson.
I think it melded back together though at some point.
They're cool again.
Yeah, or
Well,
they have
and-
variations on the
God
names. The names.
They have
it's
got
like
to be
Brian
old as dirt.
They're super old.
Gotta be, man. Their music was like in the surfing times, like 50s and shit.
They got
Early-
a lot of
early
young
60s.
band members
Yeah.
backing them up, even with vocals now.
And I think it's only
doing
like
the
a
high-pitched shit.
couple of dudes too. Like
Yeah,
I don't even know who's alive still from the Beach Boys, but I know some of
Don't
them.
blame those fucking guys. They probably just need the money.
They played in Beaver Dam, like this little bitty fucking town, like a couple months ago. It's kind of sad.
'Cause if I was that old, I damn sure wouldn't be doing it if I didn't need the money, you know?
Stamos sometimes shows up in those concerts and does Forever and plays the drums to Kokomo.
I like Forever.
I do like Forever. I like Stamos's version too.
Yeah, he does a good job on it.
Kory likes John Stamos.
I do.
Everybody likes John Stamos.
Actually, the song "Forever" was my wife and I. It was our wedding song.
My
We
wife.
We also took
I swear to
the,
God, my wedding song was Forever. John Stamos version. We danced to it.
Yep. So did my wife and I, as well as Kiss's version of "Forever."
I thought we were coming together here after a rumble, and you just ruined
Come on, you can't knock Kiss.
I'm actually not going to allow that, Jess.
it. Okay.
Come on, Strutter.
I mean, again, I like some Kiss songs.
They're banned from. They could never play in Owensboro, Kentucky ever again. They were banned from the Owensboro Sports Center for setting it on fire. In
That is so rock and roll.
1977.
That is so rock and roll.
Their pyro set the roof on fire. And they were barred from ever playing here again.
30 years before Great White.
And nobody
Yeah.
died, so you know.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The
Otherwise,
other
we'd have
one, not
been.
so much.
Yeah.
I do not, Cliff. Cliff wants to know if anybody remembers Hulk Hogan's album.
I remember they had he sang on an album from the. I remember Macho Man had an album. Be a Man,
Girls from
Hogan.
9,000,
I think
Zombie says.
wasn't Hogan's
Oh, no.
album in Japan?
He did weird commercials in Japan. I remember that.
Pasta Mania, brother.
He was gonna be the fucking bass player for Metallica. Don't you guys know?
I would not be a fan of his if he did that.
No, that's what he claims. But
Don't like Metallica?
No.
You know, I wish I didn't because I don't like the guys, but I like some of their music.
I like those first 3 albums. Actually, 4. You can go 4 albums. You can go through Injustice for All, and they're really.
You remember when Napster, they went and did their whole Napster thing? Well,
They
anyone
really-
that had a Metallica song downloaded from Napster got their account just gone, deleted.
That's how I got I Disappear.
So I was one of those people. Even though I own the fucking records, right? But I also had them on Napster.
Did you also use LimeWire and give your computer AIDS like I
used
did?
LimeWire, yeah. And
We had to
fucked the
nuke-
computer up, yeah.
I nuked our computers so many fucking times when I was like 13. Downloading songs. My dad was so angry.
I had a friend of mine's dad who kept doing that because of porn. It'd be like a new computer every 2 weeks. God damn, dude.
Do you remember like when porn would legitimately just pop up on you? Like you'd be like just looking around somewhere on AOL and you'd tits.
I mean, no, I do not know what you're talking about.
Your mom's coming in the room and you're like,
Shit's still popping up.
and she's ripping out of the wall.
Yeah.
So, Sleepaway Camp 2.
Good stuff.
I won't say I didn't enjoy the movie. It was fun. I think I prefer the first one.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
It's my number 2, the first one. If not, I mean, they're pretty
Number 2?
equal in their own right. And the more we talk about it, like Jonathan says, it's kind of 2 different worlds, but
None of them are like
that
great.
blend together.
You know what I mean? None of them are like masterpieces. But
Oh no. But I will say anybody who is a horror fan, is a fan of the genre, and has not seen these movies needs to
great.
watch them.
because the spirit of them is there. Like the spirit of the 80s slasher is like that is such a good example.
Yes.
They were goofy, they didn't take themselves seriously, usually kind of gory. I feel like these movies were cut up pretty bad. I'd love to see like an unrated cut on 2 and 3. I want to see that fucking unrated fucking lawnmower kill from 2 or from 3.
We'll get to that. That's one of the most
Yeah.
memorable kills I know
Mhm.
of their. Remember that one? I mean, I own the set. I own the box set that came.
Yeah,
with, yeah, we'll
the-
talk about that too. I almost gave it away. That's why I was waiting and hadn't mentioned.
But
it.
does yours have the cross? Yours has the cross then.
I think so. It
Oh, you
looks
got
like
that one's pricey,
it
man, or
looks
was.
like the
That's-
kit.
Best Buy exclusive, and they re-released it without the cross. But I think
Yeah,
if
but
you
that
have
one
the disc
supposedly
that you're
didn't
talking
have
about,
the disc, and I have
that's what I'm
the
saying.
disc.
If you have the disc, then you probably have the kit, the first aid kit.
I know it looked like a first aid kit, but I can't remember if it still had the cross or not. But it had the 4th disc, the bonus disc, and I've heard that too, Jonathan. That I was gonna bring it out, but it's packed away. Actually, I watched them. It's probably last fall.
Quick pulling up your boxers and trying to shut down windows.
Billy Bean.
Hey, did we say hi to Cliff?
I think I did.
Hey, Clifford.
Pulled up his comments. If I didn't say hi, Cliff.
Clifford the Big Red Dong.
Cliff, Billy, Zombie. They've been keeping the chat alive. I didn't miss anybody else there, did I?
What's up, Kitty?
Kory jumped in for a bit. I don't know if Kory, Orc, or. I mean, there's a couple other kills too, and you were mentioning AIDS earlier, Jonathan, and there's that
Yeah.
the one line after the girl having sex, that probably the crazy scene that's your favorite, or think is one of the wildest sex scenes. She's like, "You don't have AIDS or anything like that." After they've done, and she's putting on her
Also,
clothes.
I'm pretty sure that one sex scene may have inspired the entire movie Showgirls.
I hate that. I don't like that movie, but it was useful.
That's not helping, Cliff.
More purple.
I mean, I guess
We'll cut the cock ring off, dude. You're not supposed to leave that thing on all the time, dude. Good God, man. Get you a pair of bolt cutters and call the wife in.
Somebody mentioned cack.
You're covering up way more than you need to.
I know.
You can make
Dan's
Dan's
face
head
is already
way
narrowed
smaller.
enough. I can't make his face any smaller, and then you wouldn't know it was Dan.
I also love the twin girls in this, like the garbage twins or whatever the fuck they refer to them as.
The
It was
shit,
like,
shit sisters.
smoking pot. Ooh.
Chicken.
Woohoo! It's just like tits.
Yeah,
Like they were,
You want to smoke some pot?
I'll smoke some pot.
Oh, and then
shit in the
then
80s, that was
fried.
hardcore, man.
Yeah.
But they're just like in the middle of the woods, just
You want to blow some rows?
having a cocan. The
The shit
Californians.
The shit.
The shit sisters. There you go.
The shit sisters.
Because they're
Oh,
like the
that's great.
Schlitz or Schultz sisters, and
The
since they
shit
were always
sisters.
fucked up, the preppy girl called them the shit sisters.
Yeah.
Because they're always shit faced. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're great. And who's the douchebag guy in this one? The my girth increases a bit. Yeah. Tipping my dick's black though. They call it
That's good, right?
necrosis.
It's gonna fall off in like 2 weeks.
It's cool. I'll put some of that O'Keefe's working hands on it. Should be fine. That'll hydrate it up.
Put some udder cream on there.
Yeah. I use some Neutrogena.
Who is the
Maybe you should go see a doctor. You might have herpes simplex 10.
Got a dick
or
like a hockey puck.
herpessyphilades even? Cliff's got a dick like a hockey
Sounds
puck.
hard to maneuver.
He has to lay down to pee. He has to plank the toilet.
Yeah.
But no, the douchebag with like the blonde hair. What's his name?
The younger kid that she does,
Yeah.
like- I don't know his name.
He's awful.
Is he the most douchiest of the male characters in this one?
No.
Oh yeah, I think he is, dude.
He's kind of a dork too. Like a non-cool nerd.
Wait, do you mean like? Maybe I misunderstood. You mean in this movie or just in the franchise?
in the
as a whole?
franchise?
In the franchise?
No,
I
not
don't
in the
think so.
franchise. This.
Oh, I thought
movie
you were
is
asking
what I was
franchise. Yeah, I really don't like that guy.
Oh. No, there's douchier ones. I think even in part 1 and 3, every other one. There's just as douchey, if not more.
Well, there's a part 3. We didn't get to part 3. It's actually probably
Let's-
more to talk about there.
If everybody's ready, any last thoughts?
Great.
Sleepaway
poster.
Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland.
Best
She's
tits
not
in the
movie.
franchise, right here.
Is she in the movie?
No, once again.
You get boobs at the very beginning of this one, but they're very, very small.
These are supposed to, I think, still be Angela, though. Obviously, she's holding a knife.
What year
You
is
think-
this?
Campers.
You think
unhappy
they
campers
shot
should get
promotional
this.
shit before they cast Pamela Springsteen?
No. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like they were like, all right, let's shoot the promotional shit for this, and then we'll cast it.
Get a brunette.
Or maybe like they found out they could get Pamela Springsteen. They were like, bye, bitch.
Oh,
They
that
could have done what Charles Band does and just, like you were saying, shoot all the promotional stuff, and that's how they were able to sell the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering if they just shot a bunch of like promotional stuff.
This one's solid enough. You kind of said it creeps in. They shot them back to back, part 2, but it's definitely more rushed feeling than part 2.
What is the dude's name? The creep that was in Bonnie and Clyde. Like that's his. He was like nominated for an Academy Award way back then, and he was in
Yes.
this, and he was in fucking House of a Thousand Corpses.
His name's Herman in this, isn't it?
He's the
Or s-
guy with the
yeah,
fucking belt buckle.
belt
Yeah.
buckle.
Sweetie pie. Like he's such a fucking
Yeah,
creep.
I don't. That character blows me away even to this
Little
day. I don't
Dick
understand.
Wick.
How did this
Little
guy?
Little Dick Wick play with his prick. Don't the smell just make you sick? Stop saying that.
Oh, yeah. Who is that? I can't think of the actor's name,
Yeah.
but I know who you're talking about. He'd done a lot of shit too. But
And he always plays like a creep.
Yeah, but he was a lucky creep in this one. He got to bang the one blonde.
Not
that's
really
I just still
understanding
don't
that.
get it. Yeah,
I
don't
feel like
understand.
that
Oh,
part,
it makes
again,
no sense at all, but he's still lucky.
they found out they could get that guy. They were like, we need an adult male part. Well, this one's already just fucking put him in it. Who cares?
He's been in
Throw some
movies.
tits
Well,
in there.
that was more boobs. You're right. There's some good ones in this. And the lawnmower kill you brought up earlier.
Michael J. Pollard.
Names are
That's
familiar, yeah.
nice, Cliff.
Thank you, Cliff.
The Asian chick wasn't too bad looking either.
Did I not? Yeah, I agree.
Good kills in this one.
Good, but I still think 2's maybe better.
Anybody
The
get their
lawnmower
dick
kill was
pulled
cool.
off by a vehicle in 2?
Yeah. And the cocaine kill.
And
Or
the
the
lawnmower kill. And flagpole. There's the flagpole. This one's pretty good, man. Like with its kills.
It's better than anything that came after it for sure. I guess that's not saying too much,
No.
but it's definitely another solid 80s slasher.
It's memorable. It's super
memorable.
memorable.
Wait a second. Somebody got their dick pulled off in 2
In 3.
or 3?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I know it happens in 4.
It's the young dude. No, does she pull his dick off or does she? Hang on. Help me out here. It's like the white guy that's like really nerdy. He wants to bang Angela. How does she kill him? I thought she like tied him to a tree and then tied his dick to a Jeep and took off.
That's in 4.
The white kid gets tied to a tree and killed somehow. I thought it was his dick.
No, the dick getting pulled off is in 4. Because it's
How
like
did
with
she
a
kill this guy?
metal string or whatever.
In 5, you mean, Corey?
Or yeah, 5, not 4.
Now they gotta look.
The 4th full length.
We'll get to that.
Or
Excuse me a second.
Oh, there it is. Bobby likes Angela.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. She tied his arms behind his back around the tree and then drives off in the Jeep.
That's
So,
okay. I'm
yeah.
picturing he's wearing the Camp Horizon
Yeah.
sweatshirt.
I knew he got tied, like something like that happened to him.
He, for the most part, no. He seemed like he was nice and he was really kind of. He thought, since she was from the other side of the tracks, he could get laid finally.
He was into some bondage, though,
Yeah.
which means he had to have magazines. This was the 80s. He had to walk in somewhere and buy that shit.
And you got to mention the hair in these movies.
Yeah, is
Her
that
hair's-
a wig she's wearing, or is that her actual hair?
That had to be a
Angela.
wig, I think, because if they were shot back to back, that's such a drastic. I think it's a wig.
What year was this one made?
They were made the same year, but I don't know what year that was. I want to say 87, something like that.
Was that around the same time as Beyond Thunderdome?
I think that was maybe a little bit later.
It just that hair reminds me of Tina Turner. So
Oh yeah.
No, I'm with you there.
Oh, the hairspray, man. It was a big
88.
thing.
Yeah, so it would have been filmed in 87. They came out in 88 and 89.
It would have been filmed. They would have been filmed in 87 or early 88 because
Yeah.
2 came out in 88 and then 3. This one came out in 89. Part 3.
His big hair got even bigger. I think even like in the very early 90s. That hair got huge, man.
Yeah.
You remember when women would go to the fucking mall and get glamour shots taken?
mm-hmm.
They all had they all had like a jacket on, flipping the lapel up.
With big hair and then the sparkly stars or something.
Oh yeah, man.
Or the neat, basically the
Man.
bombastic colors streaked in the background or something.
Pretty much, yeah. Or like
Oh,
a
with the
picture, like-
neon.
yeah.
That was a lot of schools did that one.
Yeah, they'd also do like the year behind you like a million times.
Yes.
1998.
Hey, Jonathan, I just want to point this out. You know who else had a lot of neon? Poison.
I hope they drink it. I hope they fucking drink it.
You know what I learned from Poison is you can,
Have nothing
if
but
you
a good
just
time.
dress up like a woman, you can get a bunch of really hot women.
There
This
are
is
people on Twitter right now that would fucking disagree. His name's Chris Chan.
No, all in all, going back to the Poison's not that bad.
Yes, they
But,
are.
Teenage Wasteland, Sleepaway Camp 3. It was solid. It's another solid 80s slasher. I don't think it's as good as part 1 and 2, but it's definitely a solid movie. Solid following.
I think
worthy.
it's fun.
This is where the fun stops.
You can enjoy it.
It kind of is. This trilogy, the original trilogy, are the 3 best movies.
Yeah.
I had high hopes for some later ones, but we'll get to that.
So walk us through the process that led to the next movie.
I honestly didn't know about this.
The next movie is like
the
really,
internet.
it's a really short fucking story.
Should we just get on to it?
Yeah.
And look at this poster. This poster is made probably in like the 2000s, but the movie was shot, or
In
any
early
new footage was 92.
92. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
what
Felissa
happened-
Rose, no Pamela Springsteen.
No. And it wasn't even the same production company at the time.
Nope.
So somehow these dudes either got the rights or just started shooting a movie in which looked like on VHS. And like who said, was it you, Kory, earlier, Jonathan, that there was about a day's worth of shooting?
Yeah,
It
there's like
looked
no
like-
time in shooting. Angela's way fucking different. Like it opens with her like sunbathing and she has like these huge tits and like, it makes no sense to the
Yeah.
character whatsoever. And there's really not a movie there, honestly. Like there's enough footage that it came out as a special feature on the box set.
Well, that box set, yeah, I had. What it basically gave you was they cut together a trailer, which is probably the best thing you can watch of that movie, and you get the gist of it. They cut together a long trailer, and then they gave you like the 30 minutes of raw footage they had shot that one day of shooooting.
Yeah.
And then it said they ran out, or the
ran out of money.
movie company folded, or they ran out of money after
They,
that.
somebody
day.
cut it. Like it has an official release now.
In
somebody was-
2012, I think the producers of whoever had the Sleepaway Camp rights figured
Make
we
money.
might
on
as
it.
well cut this together, and all they did was take that footage and cut it with old footage of the first 3 movies.
It's not worth seeing.
No,
Like,
it's a waste of time.
Don't seek it out or anything. I think you can find all of the contents of that disc on YouTube.
if you want to see look at the posters are so similar. I think they just put a different head on in a different shirt, maybe.
Those are different boobs, man.
Not as good
You're
either.
right.
Those are
Not
much
as
No,
good.
different
you're
boobs.
right.
Yeah.
But this is airbrushed and more painted compared to just that's
Get
more
outta here.
early Photoshop.
Get it out of here.
But this movie, if you
Boo.
want to see this movie, look up the trailer and you've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Like the old trailer, not even the new trailer. And
It
you've
didn't look
seen
like it was gonna be a good movie anyway. Like whoever
No,
shot
not at all.
whoever shot it had a tenuous grasp on how videography works, it looked like. So it didn't look like it was gonna look good.
No. It's probably best it didn't get made, but somehow, since it was released as that official 4th bonus disc in the trilogy
Yeah.
box set, you kind of got to
4th
accept
movie.
it in canon. But that's where most people get confused and think this next one
It's the 4th movie.
is the 4th movie. Are we going on to it?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
There's really nothing to talk about with this.
Yeah.
Now, this movie sucks so much dick.
What a disappointment. And what
And
was
it
that,
took
Jonathan?
it sucks so much dick. That dick. Little dick.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
Sorry.
not.
You're just staring me down. Back to this.
And it took forever to come out. The movie doesn't come out till 2008. It's all shot in like, I want to say somewhere between 2001 and 2003, somewhere in there. Is
And
when
it's
the movie
on
Isaac
a
was
Hayes
shelf.
in
shot.
it, man.
For 5 years.
Last Isaac Hayes released movie.
And who
Yeah.
does he play?
The
Chef.
cook, the chef.
The chef.
Oh,
Hey, children.
I mean, when they filmed it, it was coming off of the height of South Park,
South Park.
obviously.
Yeah, red shirt. Like, he's dressed like chef without the hat.
L. Rod Hubbard.
But this movie, like you said, and before that, people were waiting. I remember even thinking, what happened to this franchise? Who owns it? I want to write a movie to it. Maybe that's why somebody did end up doing a Sleepaway Camp for. But
Well, Hiltzig does this one. So the guy that did the original movie.
well, and that's what
Only-
excites you. You're hearing this. The original guy's coming back.
Felissa Rose is back.
The original cast is coming back from the first movie. Plus, the ones they add are fun character actors. Nothing to sneeze at. Vincent Pastore, like I said, Isaac Hayes.
Big pussy.
Yeah.
The little redheaded dude is in
Yeah.
this.
Not Shermanator. That's
Yeah.
No, isn't it the kid from like Step by Step, or am I thinking of even a
No.
No, he's
No.
just. I don't know what his name is, but not Shermanator is the best way to describe him.
the
because he did
kindergarten
all-
cop kid?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
He is he the one that gets killed lighting the fucking joint and gets the really bad CGI fire death?
Yeah, his name was like it was something stupid too. His name was
It was
like
weed.
Yeah.
And the kid it has never smoked weed in his life,
Ever. No.
and you can tell.
The fucking soundtrack to this movie. Like, just think about. I want you to think about the fucking background noise when they're smoking weed. Real quick, it's like somebody typed in royalty-free Jamaica.
Dude, I mean the sound quality in this film.
Yeah.
The released, it goes off the charts. It is like and I mean I sympathize with it. That sounds a pain in the ass and shit. And if you don't have the budget, but
I was so ready for this movie too, man.
me too.
I watched it today, and like
First
the
time?
first half of the movie, the music was loud. Like the background music was loud enough that it was almost drowning out any dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens with the movie is they don't have money to finish the movie. So the really poor special effects that you do see in the movie is what held it up. Magnet comes in and like 2007 purchases it, finishes the movie, puts it out in 2008.
Magnet's like, here's $12.
Yeah. We are prepared to give
Let's
you
go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah.
$473.
We got some meal vouchers.
Was that $12 so they could get an account with PicMonkey and do that stuff?
Ah, man, PicMonkey would probably do a little better
Okay.
than this does. Like basic effects on like any kind of film editing program you can get now, whether it be like DaVinci or Final Cut or whatever. Like they have better built-in fire effects than they use.
I mean, mind you, this is over 15 years ago now, too.
It is, but it's still remarkable.
But even then, somebody with an effects program,
and you get a fucking red herring because spoiler, Angela's the killer again. But you get the red herring with the like the dirtiest person and like the most annoying kid on earth is your fucking main character in Red Herring. And do you guys remember his big line, his catchphrase?
Your ass stinks.
Your ass stinks.
I've heard about this before.
yeah.
I've never seen this movie. I've
Stinks.
heard how terrible it is.
It's really fucking bad. Vincent Pastore gets killed by a bird.
That's a T-shirt, dude. Your ass.
Your ass stinks. And the kid has this like on like these nasty, filthy, like dirty. Like it's supposed to be a white
Sweat
t-shirt.
stain.
It's just your ass stinks.
It's the editing's awful.
Tell them, Jeff.
I mean, and Felissa's back. So like the whole hidden thing with that and them not posting her name. I mean, before it was even released, it was like something's off there.
There's something else. Like, okay, so this cop shows up who's clearly in makeup and can't, he has to use one of those voice things, right? I wonder who the fuck that is. This giant fake fucking foam nose. Wonder who that is.
Who is it?
It's Angela. Like, her character is the smallest male I've ever seen, first of all. Like, you can tell, like, they've taped
with
her
breasts.
giant boobs down as best as they can, because her boobs are gigantic. And she has to talk. She has a fake beard, giant foam fucking nose. Foam, like, you can just see it. Like, you can see all the bumps in it. And talks with a fucking voice box.
It does have some fun. I mean, because of
Angela!
it's worth a watch, but it's awful. I mean, Ricky's back, the kid who plays Ricky. Like you said, you had him on your show.
Jonathan Tierson.
A while
That's
back
the
on Sausage
blonde-haired
Factory.
Eminem looking guy.
Yeah, he doesn't look
Okay.
nothing like he did as a kid.
Angela! And what's
Not
the
my
guy?
opinion.
The guy with the short shorts. That counselor?
Ronnie, whoever,
Ronnie's
whatever.
Big
back.
jacked up dude.
And he's wearing the same shorts
He's back.
from
Ronnie's back.
30 years earlier. He's
I
wearing
guess
the same
that's
shorts.
everybody, because that's really all you could bring back.
Yeah,
So
but
Oh,
they
look
brought
how
back
foul.
everybody they could.
but yeah, we waited for many, many years to see that. Was the cop wearing black tape as much? Damn near. It's like the fakest beard you've ever seen.
Oh, I haven't.
Never seen returns. It's hard to fucking see. How did you watch it, Corey? Did you just happen to have the DVD?
Yeah, I have the DVD.
It's a really hard DVD to come by now. It's
Because
out
it
of
was
print.
only released on DVD.
Oh,
right?
I bought it when
It's
it first
not on
came out.
streaming. It's not
I
on
did
any other
too.
format.
That's how I got it when it first came out. But Magnet released it that one time on DVD, and that's it.
Maybe you can you even rent it streaming?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't think you can.
Not seeing it anywhere that you can stream it.
Oh,
I remember like Dead Pit and places like that, like really talk shit about it.
Maybe Amazon, but I'm not 100% sure
Hey,
about that.
there's weed.
Does that guy look familiar? I know that kid is.
He's in a lot of movies since he was a
Was
kid,
he,
not as some
was he
big part.
little Joe Dirt? Was he baby Joe Dirt?
No. You're thinking that's not that guy.
Malcolm in the Middle kid.
Yeah, no. Malcolm in the Middle kid, when this was being filmed, was still very much a kid. Because you got to think this was like 2001 when they actually filmed it. They didn't release it
It's
until
not
2008.
Miko. I don't know what fucking kid.
It's not Miko Hughes.
He's the one who was like, Mr. Kimball, are you all right? In Kindergarten Cop. I'm trying to think of other things he did. He was in like a lot of commercials as a kid when we were kids.
He was just the ginger kid that wasn't Shermanator.
Yeah.
Give me
If you need-
1 second.
If you couldn't afford the Shermanator, you called this guy.
Who
He
is
was
the
in Entourage.
Shermanator?
Adam Wiley is
Adam
his
Wiley.
name.
Entourage.
Entourage. He was in an episode of Entourage.
Entourage.
Hug it out, bitch.
See, he was in Under Wraps, Picket Fences,
Under
Street
Wraps.
Kings,
That's
Yes.
where I
Under
really know
Wraps
him from.
2.
Under Wraps 2 was recent.
He was in Pimpin' Pee Wee.
No, Under Wraps 3. Well, the remake you were thinking of, buddy.
Oh, they
Or a
remade it?
reboot.
He was also in Children of the Corn 5.
Oh
I've seen
yeah, for
that.
sure.
Oh,
It's-
and he was in the holiday classic Santa with Muscles.
You could also call that kid not Courtney Gaines, so that works.
Oh, he's in Child's Play 2.
Outlander, we have your woman.
Who the hell did he play in Child's Play 2?
That only the first one and Urban Harvest are worth watching.
I don't know. There's some fun ones. I think there's some
So
fun
many.
ones in that series.
Urban
There's some
Harvest
bad ones.
is so fucking ridiculous.
Urban Harvest is, I think,
the
most
giant
people
corn
agree, is
monster?
pretty great.
Yeah. That last one was really bad too.
Yeah, where they replace Isaac with fucking like Eden, the girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan, I know
Yeah.
you call him not the Shermanator,
Mhm.
but it's funny. He was in American Pie Band Camp.
I told you they couldn't afford Shermanator. They were like,
Actually,
get me...
Shermanator was in Bandcamp, the spinoff.
Oh shit, he
Excuse
was.
me.
He was the principal, right?
But
Or,
yeah,
like,
something or school
He was-
counselors. He was
Not Shermanator was in an episode of Goosebumps. Oh wait, that's a video game. Sorry.
Shermanator's waiting tables.
I saw that article too. That's really
Wait, was he the fat kid? The fat one you're talking about?
no.
No,
He
was,
played trading card something. It cuts off, but yeah, he was in American Pie Band Camp. He was also in the Smurfs too.
I don't hate those American Pie spinoffs, by the way.
I do.
I don't hate them.
I'll watch each one that comes out, but I
Book of Love was good, and
Book
I'll
of Love
fight-
was
I'll fight somebody on
probably
that.
one
Bug
of the
Hall,
better ones. I like
That was
Bug
like-
Hall, and I like
I would
Brandon
say-
Hardesty.
That was one of the last like hardcore teenage sex comedies.
But like Bandcamp really wasn't as funny as it could have been.
No, like I said, but Book of Love stands out head and shoulders above those. But Naked Mile was fun. Now, Girls Rule, I heard was terrible.
It was the most. I couldn't even finish that one. It wasn't funny at all.
I did not watch that one, but my wife did, and she said it was great. But
I
I
thought
think
the
it might be
trailer
because
looked
it was
hilarious. And then I watched the movie, and it wasn't. I don't know.
Well, it happens every time Jonathan's on here. Apparently, I'm going to give the wrong answer. I love this movie. I thought it was fun.
Like ironically,
Really, really. Like, okay, you're talking about Angela being the cop and the really bad makeup. Yeah, I get that. The character Alan is annoying as fuck, but from my perspective, he was getting what he deserved from all the other campers. So like
Yeah,
he
I
was
don't-
pulling the one girl's
if you tell
pigtails.
me like it's a so bad it's good movie, like I'm
It's
in
not
for it.
that.
Yeah,
Well,
I could see where you would enjoy the appeal of it that way, but like to defend it as a good movie though, you can't.
no, I'm not saying it's a good
Okay, well
movie.
I can
I'm just
agree
saying
with you that
I enjoyed it. I loved it. I
in
thought
a
it was
so
fun.
bad it's good way, I could totally see somebody liking it that way.
My biggest gripe with this movie is the fact that there are no tits in it.
None. But like I said, I don't think the first one did, and that was Robert Hiltzig.
Do you have like some sort of fantasy about wanting to see me naked, Jess?
if your penis looks like Dan's face, I kind of do.
Yeah.
I kind
Your
of
dick's
want
got
does.
do you have an Indiana Jones hat for your penis?
No, I do not.
My dick went to school to be a fucking archaeologist. You show some respect.
Damn it, Jonathan. I'm a smoker, fucker.
I think the biggest thing with me, you said it, John. It's this movie is just so disappointing.
Disappointing.
There's enjoyable stuff in it to go back to. It's still not a good movie though.
The kills are, in my opinion, are great. Like the bed.
The idea of them is great. The
execution is terrible.
Yeah, but the execution is terrible in all of the movies.
No. See, they didn't show the first movie. It's all implied, and it works out pretty well. Even like think about like
the cook in the first one was not implied.
No, but like the most iconic kill in that movie is Judy. What happens to her?
The curling iron.
The wha-ha, but you never see it. You see a shadow.
But you feel it. Feel it.
Kills the chick in the bathroom that Mel's dealing with or whatever.
Yeah.
You really don't see any of that. That you just see her kind of fall down the wall. A little bit of blood
here
behind
again,
her.
that's also that's a 35 millimeter older film now, and I think that makes a difference as far as cinematography.
Do it in frame. Like do it in front of the camera.
What was Return to Sleepaway Camp shot on?
It may have been shot on film because it was early.
But it wasn't processed very well or color corrected very well even from film then.
No.
It was shot on a Nest cam.
Before Nest was a thing. It would have been one of those round Logitech webcams. You know what I'm talking about? Like the sphere.
Oh yeah. Those suck.
Like you're just tied. He was tied to a fucking Windows 98 PC the whole time. He was just fucking holding it. All right, and action.
Like the kind that all the like late 90s internet movies.
Yeah.
Like whatever Halloween that was.
Did you guys have one like that? A webcam like that?
I think I may have had one. I never used it.
We had one. We never used it. Yeah. It's fantastic cinematography.
Smores Indoors, great cinematography. I love that story.
It's actually something he couldn't do very well with cinematography.
No, this was not whoever did that. The first film again.
How about that terrible song that opens the fucking movie, too?
I don't even remember. Are you talking Return?
Return, yeah. It's like a really shitty like punk song about Sleepaway Camp.
Night Zombie. His med's making it hard to focus.
You gonna focus both? Or?
I have a hard time focusing on both. You were mentioning music, and he was mentioning meds.
That opening song didn't really click with me, so
it was remarkably bad. Like it was remarkably bad to open a movie with. Like I wonder if somebody close to him wrote it for him or something, and he had to use it.
Oh, you're gonna love this shit. My buddy's got a band.
Yeah, he's gonna put something together for me.
I was actually
that's
more
one of the best
focused
gags
on
in the series. Sorry,
I was actually more focused on trying to read the news articles that were coming up on the screen. So,
Entourage.
No, that gag in Office where like we're always like I kind of let myself go for a little bit, got a DUI, and fucking just shoots that on screen. I kind of let myself go there for a little bit. Got a DUI. They made him look like shit.
Oh. Watch The Office, Kory.
If I attempt this again, I'm going to start with season 2.
That's the only way to do it, Kory.
Because I tried to watch it from the very
first
beginning.
episode of season 2 is Gay Witch Hunt. And if you don't laugh at that, there's something wrong in your soul. I'm going to do it. I'm going to kiss him. I'm going to do it.
I'll give it another shot, but
I'm gonna do it.
I tried starting it from season 1, and I barely made it through the first episode. And I looked at my son's a huge fan, and he kept telling me, "No, you got to keep watching. You got to keep watching."
Michael's not developed at all. in those
Oh, we
first-
talking The Office. We talking The
Yes.
Office.
Yeah, Michael's not developed at all in those first 6 episodes that they call the first season. Like his character is completely different from season 2, episode 1 onward.
I didn't fall in love with it till season 2.
Yeah, season 2 is when it really fucking.
That may have been when I started watching actually, and I went back and watched 1. Like
Maybe
I can
season
appreciate
4.
1 just because I like the characters and everything so much.
Like Dwight was a different
Way
kind of
better.
weird in the first season.
Yeah, the
Jim's-
characters were different.
Pam's a little too plain. She's not funny. Like
Think of Entourage, Corey. I mean, maybe even more so with The Office. Like the characters in the first season.
Entourage was great from the very first episode.
Ari was a different character in the first season than he was in the rest of them.
even when I go back and rewatch like
He was
TV
less
shows
lovable.
or sitcoms that I love, I always start on like the second season or third season in some cases because that's when they're really finding their characters and it's really funny. Or it
Yeah.
really works.
Yeah.
Like Kevin's really weird in the first few seasons of The Office, but by the time that thing ends, he's one of the funnier parts
Mm-hmm.
of the show.
It's
So-
the ensemble cast is what makes that show
And like
so much talent, man.
you get new faces every couple
Like-
seasons that keep it fresh.
But they actually work. It's not the
Yeah.
cousin Oliver fresh. It's
Like Robert California never meeting Michael Scott is a travesty.
oh,
Yeah.
You don't
Oh
even
my
know my
God.
real name.
I don't know how that might like destroy the universe if those two. I don't even know how.
Have you
those two
not seen that
personas would-
meme? It's like,
mesh.
hello. It's like, hi, Robert California. Well, hello, I'm Michael Pennsylvania. Exactly how that would have went.
I'm the Lizard King.
I'm the fucking
I'm the
Lizard
fucking
King.
Lizard King.
You don't even know my real name.
So
There's a screening
who
room
is-
exclusively
who-
for
like,
erotic cinema. Sorry,
so who's the main star of the show?
no one.
No.
Like your real like your
Steve
core
Carell.
cast would be
Yeah.
Steve Carell, John Krasinski,
Rainn
Jim,
Wilson.
Michael, Jim, Pam, and Dwight. Those would be like you're gonna have most things circling around those 4 people.
And Dwight's
But-
the guy who should have shaved his head before the show started, right? He's got like that Quentin Tarantino after he became a vampire and From Dusk Till Dawn
You got like a
hairdo.
butt cut, right? Like a
I don't remember him being no, he has like a side cut, yeah, like in glasses.
It's-
Identity theft is not a joke,
is
Jim.
it side? They said it's to the side a little bit. Is it?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
two.
it's like
two
it's
parts.
right there.
My
Jesse's
middle
Dwight.
name-
Give him
It's
a
2
mustard
parts.
colored
My
shirt.
middle name is Kurt, not
Kurt
Fart.
Schrute.
I'd agree with that. Corey Seinfeld doesn't pick up till the 3rd season. Yeah.
Well, I'll
At
tell you
At
what.
least 2.
I am currently in the middle of watching The Ranch for the 3rd time. Let me finish that, and then I will go back and give The Office a shot.
The Office it's well worth it, Corey. You will think everybody. there have been several people that had the exact same reaction that you have. Once I get them to watch it, over.
I
Like
watch
including
it
my
yearly.
wife. My
All
wife
9 seasons.
hated it. It was just out of me making her fucking watch it with me, and she, as big a fan as I am.
I'll- What I'll do is I'll wind up like thinking of an episode, and I'll go and watch that episode. And I'll just wind up watching the entire thing. All
That's
the way
exactly
through.
how it goes.
I'll give it another shot.
And I don't mind it.
But did
The
somebody
thing-
say oof when I said The Ranch?
The later, actually, the first few seasons of The Ranch, I
I've
like.
seen it.
I actually like it. It was like I don't even think I finished the last season, but the first couple seasons were actually okay. So I'll give you that. And it was because of Sam. Help me out here.
Elliot,
Yeah.
Sam Elliott.
I like Community as well.
Cliff likes Community. Said it.
That's another show you have to kind of experience and kind of.
I never got into it, but yeah, that's probably
It's
so.
it's another one you just got to fucking set in for a minute and kind of get the world down, get the characters down, and then it really takes off for you. That's the thing with The Office. You really need to understand how everyone works, and you need to understand the kind of stupid that Michael is, because it's a very specific brand of stupid that
I
makes
mean-
it work. Because he's not like incompetent,
No,
but he's very, very dumb.
he's actually a boss I would love to have.
Like he's really good at his job, is what's hilarious. Like you always hear about like their branch being
yeah.
number one and shit.
Yeah.
Somehow I Manage by Michael Scott.
These are great. I want that's a great title for a book.
is.
Somehow I Manage, and he goes. The cover is me shrugging my shoulder. It's
You miss
perfect.
100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael
And then
Scott.
Michael Scott.
It's subtle shit like that. It's like
Makes
they
it
don't
genius.
call attention to.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, though. They really were able to hit on making him a like
Lovable
you hate him and you
idiot.
love him at the same time, and he's hilarious in the process. Like
Yes.
that's kind of what differentiated from the British version because
Yeah,
like
you
Ricky
really-
Gervais was really
You
not
hate his
not
character.
likable at all. Like he was
But-
really funny in the show.
And I
But
would
liked the
argue
British
that's
Office and watched it before I watched the American. I was thinking this is unnecessary. The other one's in
Ugh.
English. Why are we doing this to this cool?
the British
British
Office has its merits, but like it's not even the same fucking thing.
It's
It's
two
a
different animals
It
at this
blows
point.
it away.
Yeah.
It blows it
Different
away.
entirely. I did like when like he would see what was Ricky Gervais's David something. David.
I can't think of it now, and I
He
used
would
to-
see him sometimes. They would cross paths on The Office. Like I think he interviews for the job when
Yeah,
Michael's leaving.
when Michael's
That's a
leaving.
great set of episodes where they're interviewing his replacement, Jim Carrey.
Well,
fucking
and
Ray
what also
Romano.
tells you how good the show is,
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
Ray
ensemble
Romano is
cast,
awesome.
is that
Warren
Steve Carell
fucking Buffett?
leaves, and there's 2 more seasons, and they're still fucking good.
See, a lot of people disagree with you. Not
Season
me, though.
9.
I
No.
totally agree with you, Jess. I
Season
think
9.
they
Actors.
totally
No.
were able to pull it off after Steve left, no problem
See,
with the
this
cast.
is why I asked who the star of the show was, because I'm a very strong believer that whoever the star of the show is, if they leave that show and they try to keep going, they need to change the name of the show because it's not that show anymore.
Here's my argument for those last two. The season 8 I'll watch again, but season 9 I'm very disinterested in, and it's because they turned to focus on the wrong person, Andy.
I mean,
He's
Oh,
very,
Andy.
very unlikable, especially in the later season. That last
the
season,
more I watch that show, the more I hate Andy.
Andy's bad from the get-go.
Like I liked him at first for comic relief, but hey, beer me that water over there.
I like him and Jim are riding in the car. How about some music? No problem. Give me the beat, boys.
Beat, boys,
Free my little
free my
soul.
soul.
He's like, I thought maybe we could listen to the radio. All right.
Okay, if you want to.
I just think Ed Helms blew up because of Hangover, so
I think that's why they focused on him. Yeah.
but that was such a bad choice. Yeah, I agree, but it's
Because Robert California is fucking genius. Like, I
That's
want
a great
way fucking more of that guy than we get. And I think we only get him in season 8.
You
I
get
think he
one
comes back for
season.
season
That was
9.
his contract.
He
James
fucking
Spader.
He gets the job, drives to fucking Florida, convinces the CEO to give him his job.
Will
job.
Ferrell was in 2 episodes?
And people hate him, but I love D'Angelo.
Oh, I
Vickers.
love it. I love it so
I was
much.
so glad when he left, though. I did not want him
Yeah.
taken over. It was a fine role for what it was, but
What's
Yeah,
his name?
that's D'Angelo
Oh,
Vickers.
D'Angelo Vickers.
They're in the fucking they're at the same bar where I
Yeah.
don't see you.
Those guys are great together, though, because Steve, I'm assuming, it probably has a improv type background.
Most of Steve's shit on The Office is improv. He gets a fucking direction.
So
That's it.
I have one more question. Are there chicks with dicks in The Office? Because
Not that I can remember. The stripper does show up several times to The Office, though.
Same with one of them.
where'd it go?
Brings
There it
that
is.
thing
There it is.
out.
The CPR episode.
That may be my favorite. One of my favorite episodes.
My favorite episode. It's the one I can't watch is Scott's Tots.
Oh yeah,
that one does bore me the most. And
No, it's not that it
Not
bores
anymore,
me. It's
but
the
It
like,
fucks
cringe.
those
makes me
kids
cringe.
over, man.
It's the cringe in that.
that
is-
Michael Scott would do something like that.
And he shows up your very own laptop battery.
D'Angelo Vickers, yeah.
Yeah. He like broke his brain somehow.
He shows back up like in the hospital gown.
I'm gonna do it.
Though the foreman grill when he grills his foot and calls in.
Yeah.
Pam, I burned my foot
I cooked my foot.
on my foreman grill. How did
Packing
you
ramp. He wraps in packing ramp.
Don't send Dwight.
I'm coming, Michael.
He fucking
Is
runs
that
into
when
the
Dwight
ball
crashes his car?
and gets the
Yeah, that's when
concussion
Dwight crashes into the fucking gate. Yeah.
and gets out of the car and pukes in the back of his Camaro. Just gets back in and leaves.
Kory hasn't even seen it. And he's laughing.
No, I was laughing at
Oh.
Jess. We both tried to pull this up
Oh,
at the
shit.
same time.
Oh, we're talking horror. We're finishing up here. Kory,
If
said
you don't like The Office, you can take a flying fuck and a rolling donut,
You
dude.
can
I don't.
get out.
We do need to remember this by the next open bar, Kory. If you haven't started that, we'll have this. This is going to be The Office. Will be a discussion in there. We got to remember that.
I think Kory will be a dedicated
We could
Office
take
watcher.
we could talk The Office for hours.
I know.
Yeah, I could do dissertations on the fucking Office. I've seen it
Oh
so
my
many
God.
times.
Parkour.
But
Parkour,
Also-
parkour.
a great horror franchise slasher. There was something flying in here. Sleepaway Camp movies, and you liked Return to Sleepaway Camp, Kory. How would you rank that then? Did you think it was better than any of the first three movies?
As far as like, I had more fun with Return than I did with 3, but 3 has the better tits, so they're about even for me.
Return was better than 4. It's about
Well, Return's finished at least. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta give it that. And it was such a big deal. Like when it
Well,
came
you
out.
also get the end credit scene too, so
I don't
which
remember that.
really has no bearing on the rest of the story. It just was there.
It's her, isn't it?
It's her and a
doing her
cop.
face again.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like her car's broke down, right?
Yeah.
I've been
She looks
trying
pretty
to
hot,
find
yeah.
pictures of her big nose as a sheriff.
Yeah, she's wearing like she's got a fake beard, big fake nose, and big aviator sunglasses.
Yeah. She looks like
Groucho Marx fucking
if he was like a Colombian drug lord.
Gringo Marx. It's gonna be my rap name.
Sheriff Barry.
Do y'all want to wrap this up and smoke weed about it?
Well, anybody got anything they want to plug?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I
Did
want
you
to
end
plug
up seeing a
this.
picture, Jay?
I want to plug the carburetor on this fucking bowl.
Did
What's
you end
that,
up
bro?
seeing the picture, Jay?
Not while I'm taking a drink.
Did I see the movie?
No, the picture of the sheriff.
Oh, did you pull it up? No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm still trying to find it.
There it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and like she's in the movie quite a bit, and it's like very obvious.
Wow. Can you show another one?
Yeah, get that side profile shot there.
Yeah.
So you can really
That's
see the
pretty
size of the
small.
schnoz.
Oh, you stupid ass internet.
I know.
Oh,
They
there
don't
it
have the
is.
best pictures of her.
Gabagool.
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 That's obviously a woman.
Yeah. It's distracting. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, there's not a lot of pictures or wide shots.
So she's just like boom in the reveal, and you're supposed to be like all surprised.
She's walking to like you see the feet walking towards the camera and like the nose hits the ground and then like the hat and the fucking beard and
That's brilliant.
she's literally on screen for like seconds as herself. She gives you that. You get that.
I mean, no knock on her, but like she does a lot of like low budget horror movies now, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And I think the intention with this one is she was gonna, with that end scene, they were gonna come back in another one fairly soon after that. That did not happen.
That's how she met
Oh,
her husband.
I'm sorry.
That's how she met her
Darren.
husband. Yep. Was Return to Sleepaway Camp.
From
CYK.
CKY. Sorry.
Can't kill
Oh.
yourself.
I saw them in concert.
Not
once.
Bam's brother.
No,
No.
Jess is the drummer for that band.
Okay.
This Darren's the singer and the guitar player.
Okay.
Or he
Darren
was.
Miller.
Darren Miller, yeah. He flew there because he was a huge fucking fan of Sleepaway Camp to meet Felissa. And like I guess they shacked
Damn.
up that evening. Yeah. And they've been married ever since.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
They really are.
Jonathan, you might be too young to remember this, but back in the very early 2000s, when Axl Rose took the new Guns N' Roses lineup out for their first tour.
Before Buckethead?
No, with Buckethead.
With Buckethead. I do remember that.
Okay. I went to the concert that they had near us, and CKY actually was one of the opening bands for
Oh,
it.
that's cool. That was really weird Guns N' Roses time.
It was them. Then they had the DJ for the Beastie Boys, and then Guns N' Roses. So one of the coolest things I ever saw at a concert was when the DJ for the Beastie Boys came out, everybody stood up and walked out.
Oh,
And we all took like a 45-minute
Beastie
cigarette
Boys.
break.
Yeah,
that
me too.
happened. I went to a fucking I love Beastie Boys, but I went to
Yeah, but nobody goes to a rock concert to see a DJ spin records.
that happened. Like that's what I was gonna say. I went and saw Avenged Sevenfold and Stone Sour, like 10 fucking years ago when they were relevant. And Hollywood Undead opened for them. Like they weren't openers. They had like a rock opener and then Hollywood Undead, then Stone Sour and Avenged Sevenfold. But during Hollywood Undead, the place fucking cleared out.
I'm not a fan of that at all.
No, I just really liked Avenged Sevenfold, especially at the time.
I mean, Kory, like actually spinning is
white
an
guy.
actual like art form. These kids go up now and they plug in their iPhone
Yeah.
and it just like plays and they're like,
DJ
I'm
Avrock.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you're
And,
going to see Guns N' Roses, you're not going to see.
You didn't see Guns N' Roses. You saw.
Hey, the
Fuck.
marquee said Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
And I remember when Guns N' Roses played here, man. They played with I think Motley Crue, and they had to take Axl to the ER because he had swallowed so many loads they had to pump his stomach.
Hey, I can honestly say Axl showed up. The concert started on time, and he even came out for an encore. He actually came out wearing a Quad City Mallards hockey jersey
Oh, that's
for the
cool.
encore, but yeah, the whole place popped for that. So
We have the cornrows.
yeah,
Or the
This was that time, and
I was
goatee.
actually
This was like around the time he beat up Tommy Hilfiger.
I was actually my seat. I didn't pay a dime for my seat. It just so happened that my cousin's
Price was
husband
right.
knew Axl Rose's accountant or some shit and got free tickets. So my seat was actually, I was 15 rows up, lower bowl, and you know how they had the platforms on each side.
Mhm.
So every time Axl ran over to the right side of the platform, or the right side of the stage on that platform, I was standing eye to eye with him because my
Oh,
seat
wow.
was the closest to that platform.
Well, that's cool.
That's cool.
So
That sounds
I
like
was
good
close
seats.
enough I could see like the orange powdered makeup on his face.
He did
Look
look
at
like
you.
Carrot Top for a while there.
Yeah. It was
And then they hooked up that night.
And that's how
Axl
how-
Rose and Carrot Top.
no, you and Axl.
Yeah, you
That's
and
how
Axl,
Kory
we met
lost
eyes.
His butt virginity.
And so you guys got Jay. You just did a show on S'mores Indoors this summer, and yeah, hopefully you'll be bringing back Mr. Wednesday Night to your channel.
I'll be
this
back
fall.
sometime soon, hopefully.
Jess, we
gotta
need to
do-
set a date for Days of Thunder soon.
Days of Thunder commentary and bringing Mr. Bombastic Reviews back.
Yep.
And you're doing a show on S'mores Indoors next month.
Next month. Yep.
Yeah. And we just did one as well. Cable Channel 11. It's a summer
Just
of
last
guest
week.
hosts. Just last week. Go check out S'mores Indoors. Check out those shows. These guys' links, the links will be down in the description below. So check them out. Stuff to come. And also released yesterday.
Just yesterday, the second episode of Kory's Dead Time Gories, The Origins of Boo Hill, Part 1. Part 2 is coming soon.
Yes.
Boo Hill.
Promise.
Boo Hill.
Don't go up
All
on Boo Hill.
Yeah, check out all our content. And
All right, let's smoke weed
thank
about
you
it.
guys for coming. We wouldn't have had quite the rumble without you. Go check out Sleepaway Camp movies, especially the first 3. And Kory would say, just check them all out. The whole franchise, guys. Until next time on the Horror Rumble, we say good night.
Auf Wiedersehen.